Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, I'd be talking to myself because I never shut up. My wife always tells me you could literally talk to a brick wall. In fact, she said, "I think I have seen you talking to a brick wall before." Yeah, actually, I did one time. I had this old house. It had the handmade bricks in there and the lime mortar. It's about like 3 bricks deep and mortar in between it. It's the old lime mortar, and it was crumbling. It just literally, you could take your finger and the mortar would just come out of it. And I started rocking the wall. I said, come on, baby, I'm gonna knock you over. I'm gonna knock you," and literally pushed it over. So I did talk to a brick wall. I'm just saying, I did literally once talk to a brick wall. So here we are. Hump Day is over with. It's out of here. It's Thirsty Thursday tomorrow. I'm headed to Waynesboro, dealing with some stuff with the red brick house. I'm going to meet with a structural engineer so we can get the plans on there, so that way me and Mike can go down there once I get another truck, and we'll go down and work for the day and stuff on the red brick house and come back home and try to save a piece of history, okay? We're going to work on history. But speaking of history, it's funny how things happen in life and we think it's all new, but I got to tell you, it's really not. You can look at almost anything that's happened. Yeah, we have better technology and televisions and CDs and computers, but really the thesis, the idea, the thing itself, the basics are still stuff that's happened before. You think this corona's new? We had this stuff back in the early 1900s, okay? You can look at things that happened at that time and equate it to now because it's very similar. Very similar. But be that as it may, here's my thesis right here. We know Aldon Smith has been reinstated by the NFL. You and me, and I'm seeing so many people out there who are out there saying, well, this guy ain't played in all these years. It's a waste, I don't know why y'all getting excited. And these are very similar things that have happened before with our Dallas Cowboys. Last year when we traded, I believe, a 6th-round pick, swapped 6th and 7th-round picks, I think it was, for Robert Quinn. There's so many people out there who were so freaking negative. Man, that dude, man, he's been going downhill for years. You saw what he did in Miami. He didn't bust a grape there, man. Shit. I mean, stupid Cowboys, man, they ain't doing nothing. Dude gets 11 sacks in what, 14 games? Doubled what D-Law did. You paid $21 million to. You don't know what you don't know. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and connect the dots here. Because when you feel comfortable about one thing, it may influence what you do in another. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? For example, if you know you got a hoopty that breaks down every couple of miles, you're not going to take and say, I'm going to drive across to California, the country. You're not going to do that because you got no faith in it making it there in one piece, right? You understand that, right? But if you know, hey, man, I got this truck that it's only got 10,000 miles on it. I've already changed the oil twice on it. It's in good shape. Yeah, I'm comfortable driving it across the country because I know it's not going to break down. You get that, right? Well, see, here's the thing with the Cowboys. Evidently, they were comfortable with the idea of Aldon Smith and Randy Gregory coming back to the team and being able to contribute. And you say, why do you say that? Because it influenced their drive to California. It influenced what they did in the draft. Because they felt comfortable enough with the idea of the guys they had between Gerald McCoy, Dontari Poe, and that we're going to be able to get this guy Aldon Smith. See, remember, here's the thing. Mike McCarthy met with Aldon Smith, okay? Mike McCarthy is the one who talked with this guy, looked at him, got a feel for it. And here's the thing with the Dallas Cowboys, it's totally different than what we did before. Before, this was all Jerry Jones and his gut feelings, It was Will McClay and things like that. And it was those influences. It was not the coach that was making the decisions. Now, whether right or wrong, if they screwed up with Jason Garrett, maybe he's a genius and we just didn't know it, but Jerry Jones wouldn't get out the way. That's a possibility. I don't think that's the case. I think the reverse is there, that they were there to help him because he was not the genius that could take care of the whole team. And there's no shame in that game. There's a lot of guys that are offensive coordinators that are geniuses, or defensive coordinators that are genius. You could look at Wade Phillips, and Wade Phillips, oh my God, Wade Phillips is an incredible defensive coordinator. But this jackass, when he was head coach, had Doug Flutie, who was rolling with the team, and decided to go with Rob Johnson in the playoffs because Rob Johnson fit the prototypical size. He looked like an NFL quarterback. This guy, he's a runt. He can't do anything, right? And you look at that guy, and forever, mistake after mistake, just could not get it done as head coach. You could look at Norv Turner, who looked like a genius with Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and that offense. And oh my God, the things that they did. But then when he went to the Redskins, that toxic waste dump that it is, you saw Norv Turner basically just average. You saw him with the Chargers, basically average. But then he goes to Carolina, back as being offensive coordinator. Genius. Genius. Some guys are just not that quarterback. But apparently the Dallas Cowboys believe that Mike McCarthy, I said quarterback, I meant coach. But the Dallas Cowboys believe that Mike McCarthy's that coach and is letting him make those decisions. And they felt comfortable enough that we'll get Aldon Smith back and he will give us enough that we can change what we're doing in the draft. And when CeeDee Lamb came available, even though you looked at it and said, we have a need on defense, you're drafting at strength, they felt comfortable enough to say, it's okay. We got Aldon Smith. We're going to get him. The guy's in shape. He's got the right attitude, and he's going to fit the system that we have. We're going to be able to get Randy Gregory back. The Cowboys knew they were going to get this together, and that's why they were able to go for CeeDee Lamb. Now, maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm crazy. But you have to understand that you only have 53 spaces, which will grow to 55, I think, with the new collective bargaining agreement. I don't think it will this year. I think it's next year. But you only have 53 spaces, and you have to look and try to put as many pieces across the board. You can't put all of them in one spot, because then you're going to be hurt, like your special teams hurt you last year, like your defense hurt you. But they felt like we got enough pieces that we got on this defense that we can go ahead and get the strength on top of it and really kill other teams with this offense to be a juggernaut. And that was the gamble that they made strategically. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But I just feel like, that was just a great thing to happen. And maybe it'll end up being that Aldon Smith, that he should have just stayed retired. It might end up being that way. But life is a gamble, and football is a big gamble. There's no guarantee that anybody will ever work out in football. I don't care if they're a first-round draft pick or a seventh round. There's just as many busts in the first round as there are late in the draft. But you've got a guy who's at least been there. He's at least had experience. Now he's a little older and seeing that the end is near, and this is an opportunity, and you take a chance on it. It's not like you go through and say, well, let's pay, Clowney $19 million and see what he's got, and the guy gets 5 sacks last year. At most, this guy cost you 3. I'll take that deal every day. So, that's all I got to say about that. I don't know why, but I feel hyper tonight. Just got all kinds of energy. If I had knees, I'd go run a couple of miles, but I ain't got the knees for it. All right. We got something hopefully on Friday will work out that'll be special. I'm excited about going to the Red Brick House tomorrow and maybe getting that going. And I'm excited about getting the racks going for you guys out there. We got more going out. And I'm going to keep on busting the hump because you never know who might see them and say, hey, Daddy, I like your idea. You never know. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get ready to rock and roll myself to sleep. So, and it looks like my brother's giving me a call too. So, I'll catch you guys later.